Wolves and Northern Lights. Journal of Nathaniel Ewan Stewart, January 16, 1971, by Allan Krummenacker. I'm back in Alaska for the first time in over a decade, and it feels great. Unlike a lot of people, I like the cold and snow. But even more importantly, I like to be someplace where I can really unleash my powers and experience them to the fullest. Mind you, I'm not talking about attacking creatures and sucking blood. I stick to blood bags, and I have got plenty of them on hand. But up here, I can be up and about more often, at least for a few months of the year. The daylight hours are shorter, so I get to move around more and meet people. I can go to places and not have to load up on so much of the red stuff. The stores are still open. People are out and about doing things like fishing, sledding, shopping. There's so much activity it allows me to feel like I'm not cut off from daily life as much. But what I really love is the wide open spaces, especially at night. When I first became what I am, I felt so lost. But the feeling didn't last long because I soon discovered the wonders of the night. Back then, there weren't so many towns and cities, so the night sky was more clear. There was less smoke and light pollution, and a whole other reality was open to me. I can still remember the first time I emerged from the ground, having slipped the daylight hours away in safety. As my face surfaced, the sight that greeted me was beyond words. Never had I seen so many stars before. Then again, I really hadn't had the opportunity to look up. As a child, I was usually in bed long before the night sky fully took hold. And when I was a soldier, I'd been trained to keep my eyes on the ground for traps or to watch my surroundings because you never knew where Johnny Rebel might be lurking. But I'm not a soldier these days. I can stare up into the night as much as I like. Unfortunately, sometimes the sky isn't as clear as back then, which is why I come to Alaska. Now you may be wondering what exactly is the connection between the night sky and unleashing my powers. Well, when I say I unleash my abilities, it's more a case of taking advantage of them. Oh, I've had my fun with them in other places, but here it's different. I have a unique stage to work on with one of the most magical backdrops ever, the Aurora Borealis. Imagine, if you can, having the ability to wander for hours on end beneath such a wondrous sky. From dusk to dawn, I can watch the most spectacular show and not have to worry about how I do it. Some nights I'll shift my form to that of a black wolf and race across the tundra, sometimes alone, other times not. On occasion, I've met up with wolf packs who notice that my scent is more than a little different. But a gentle release of spores soon pacified their misgivings, and then we were off running together and hunting as one. It is on occasions like these that I allow my own hunting skills to come into play. If I saw the pack was going to lose a kill, I'd call on my own unnatural speed and bring our target to a halt so the others can join in. However, it depends on what we're hunting. Females and offspring are a no-no in my book. On those occasions, I'll lead the pack elsewhere to find food. But if we're up against a huge bull moose or a bison, all bets are off. This may sound callous to some, but one thing I've learned in nature is that it has a cruel side. Feast or famine, survive or die. Those packs need food just like any other animals, and because they accept me as one of their own, I feel obligated to help them. Basically, it's my way of saying, hey, thanks for letting me be part of you, even if it was just for one night. How many people ever get to say that? You have been listening to Wolves and the Northern Lights, written and narrated by Allan Krummenacker. This tale, along with 25 others, can be found within the pages of the Vampyre Blogs One Day at a Time, the first anthology of the Para-Earth series, available exclusively in Amazon for Kindle and Trade Paperback. Link is provided below this video.